My name is Angus Campbell. I'm the CEO of Bahrain Financial Harbour Holding Company and the CEO of Financial Centre Development Company. I am a chartered surveyor. I did a real estate degree, and so I've been working commercial property real estate pretty much my whole career, which is about 30 years or so. I came to Bahrain in March 2015, specifically to do two things. One, to take over as CEO of Bahrain Financial Harbour Holding Company, but also to take over CEO of Financial Centre Development Company. Perhaps to explain, Bahrain Financial Harbour is a master plan, and that work was undertaken and completed in 2006-2007, so long before I came here. So the main task that I have had has been has really been focused on Financial Centre Development Company's assets, which comprise the harbour towers and the commercial centre between harbour towers. That comprises 100,000 square metres of Grade A office space. So in old money, that's 1 million square feet. So that's equivalent in size to Bahrain World Trade Centre plus Al Tower plus Seaf Tower added together, and I still have more space. So it's a large project, and the mandate that I was given by the board was to enable the project to meet its full potential, because that was an aspiration which the board and the owner felt that the project needed to do. And so really we've been looking at how we could do that, and literally that's about attracting new businesses to set up here and to take space here. As I say, in addition to the office buildings, we have a commercial centre. That commercial centre really hadn't met its full potential at all, so that's been an exercise of repositioning. We've been very successful in leasing more space within the commercial centre, primarily on the back of letting 9,000 square metres to the Ministry of Industry and Commerce, who basically brought all of their ministry under one roof here and relocated the Bahrain Investor Centre. And that's really driven up the traffic which we've had to the property. It's also actually given us a number of challenges which we've never had before, not least accessibility, parking provision for visitors. But anyway, those are problems we never had before, but obviously in enabling the project to meet its full potential, these are problems which we would anticipate, and we're now resolving those. So in addition to the Bahrain Investor Centre and the rest of the ministry, we have been leasing other commercial space to professional services companies, to other F&B operations, to a wide variety of businesses, primarily focusing on meeting the needs of existing tenants, and obviously giving other visitors a reason to come here which perhaps they might not have had before. Because ultimately we want the harbour towers and harbour gate, as we're calling the commercial centre between the two towers, to be the focus and to give everyone here in Bahrain a reason to come here, which perhaps in the past they have not had. Bahrain Financial Harbour Holding Company was initially set up as a JV between Gulf Finance House and the owner, and that JV lasted until after harbour towers were completed, and the JV was then unwound, and that's led us to the situation that we have currently, where Gulf Finance House, or GFH as they're now known, own a number of plots, and they are responsible for the development of those plots. And that includes, for example, the Villamar project that's behind us, and also includes the Harbour Road project, which they're looking to start the development of, as well as a number of other plots. So So that's one of the issues that we have. We do not have any, Bahrain Financial Harbour Holding Company does not have any land which it intends to develop, because it doesn't have any land that it can develop. It doesn't own any land it can develop. So to a certain extent, our role is limited to being the master plan developer and controlling the development that the sub-developers do. And obviously one of the issues is that we've been trying to figure out how the sub-developers can develop so that the projects are financially viable and they meet the needs of the market. Because obviously the market has changed since the initial master plan was initially conceived, and values have changed. So clearly we are trying to figure out and help the sub-developers to enable them to develop the projects and develop their land. So, well, Bahrain Financial Harbour Holding Company has changed in its focus. Perhaps initially it's actually reduced in size, perhaps only because when it initially started it had a number of development orientated individuals who were involved in putting in the infrastructure. So Bahrain Financial Harbour, the company was involved in the land reclamation and the provision of all the infrastructure for all the land. So obviously to do that you would require a development team, and obviously once that development work and infrastructure was put in place, that development team was then not required. So to a certain extent our role, or rather the team involved in the master plan development role, has reduced, but then the focus of the company has been on managing, or rather asset managing, the financial centre, which is Harbour Towers and Harbour Gate, and that's a role which has been expanding. And so clearly we are looking at how best to manage the property in a professional manner, in all aspects of property management, but in addition to that in focusing on promotion in terms of marketing the space. And so clearly that means developing new websites, using social media to highlight the various initiatives we have ongoing, for example Art at the Harbour, and promoting some of the space we have which could be made available for social enterprise or other uses which are not commercial, ultimately to give, to enable people to use the space, because we have great space here, and we are looking for a range of uses that will come and use the space. Perhaps focusing really more on Financial Centre Development Company and Harbour Towers, I think that one of the things which we found most challenging was that there was a lack of differentiation in the market of what office space is and what different office spaces provide. And what I mean by that is that there was a lack of differentiation of quality, differentiation on ICT provisions, on management, on approach in terms of competitiveness, on listening to clients, in understanding what the client needs were, meeting the requirements that occupiers have. And that's really been something which we've spent a lot of time and energy focusing on, and that has resulted in us letting more space than we have had, more space than we've let in the past. So to give you an idea, in 2015 we let 10,000 square metres of space, and during 2016 we've let nearly 8,000 square metres of space, with more new leases in the pipeline. Now clearly to do that we've had to change our approach. We've had to be much more market focused, we've had to be more competitive, and otherwise we would not have been able to do that. Apart from being the largest single office building in the Kingdom of Bahrain, which I've already touched on, we are a large project. In some ways we haven't looked to capitalise on the things that we already have, and that's what we've been looking to do. To give you an idea, we currently have over 3,000 car parking spaces here. And clearly one of the big issues that a lot of occupiers face is a lack of parking, and not just a lack of parking, but a lack of parking which is easily accessible, where you could have a dedicated allocated space, so you're not fighting for the space you had the day before yesterday or whatever. You know, it's your space and that's it. You don't have to worry about it. You can find your space. It's easy. So yeah, those kind of things are, again, I don't think that people were aware that we had this abundance of parking. One of the challenges that we have is we want to move on from being just a business destination, because we think this project has a lot more potential than that, and so we are now trying to attract other lifestyle uses, so casual dining, other entertainment uses, because the Bahrain Financial Harbour is a special project. We do have entertainment licensing already. We are right in the middle of Manama. We're on the busiest King Faisal Highway. We've got great access. We have 860 car spaces within the commercial centre, and so at the weekend and at night those spaces could be made available for a variety of different uses, unlike other major commercial centres which are perhaps underparked, or the parking is full, or access is not great. There's not enough parking. We think that a much greater use of the building could be made use of, because we have the parking and because we have the ease of access. And so we're now talking to a number of different operators to try and attract them here, so that they can take advantage of those things. All businesses need to be relevant, and they need to, we need to have competitive edges, and none of us can be complacent. We do have to be aware of what else is happening. We are keen to be able to assist in the promotion of Bahrain, not just in Bahrain Financial Harbour, given it has significant competitive advantage relative to other parts of the Gulf region. And we are delighted that the EDB has recruited a new FDI team, and that's going to be focusing on attracting foreign direct investment to Bahrain, and we are hopeful that we are going to be able to provide inward investors who are looking for office space with grade A space, so that they can operate their businesses here, and that in turn will enable the building to and the businesses located here to provide employment opportunities for Bahraini graduates and other professional staff already here. We currently have a variety of different office spaces. That varies literally from top to bottom of the building, because if you look at the shape, the larger office floor plates are at the bottom, and they range from 1,600 square metres to the smallest at the top, which is around 600-700 square metres. One of the challenges that we faced was how could we widen our appeal, and we looked at how we could do that, and we took over some space that was already fitted, and we subdivided that, and so that we could offer smaller office spaces from 50 square metres up to 200 square metres on a fully fitted, fully furnished, flexible lease, all-inclusive rental package. And that's something that we're working on. We have already attracted a number of tenants, but we still have a bit of space left. We really want every potential business who's looking for #1 business address to be able to set up here. We've been focusing on leasing up the second floor within Harbour Gate, and we've been doing that by attracting professional services firms, by providing them with kiosk space, so that they are contiguous to the Bahrain Investor Centre, and they're able to meet the needs of clients going and using the Bahrain Investor Centre. But in addition to that, as I say, we're looking to attract different uses that will meet the needs of the existing tenants. To give you an idea, we have currently over 3,000 people working here, and so effectively we've been trying to figure out what kind of needs those people have, and that includes the type of F&B they have, the offer, the range, you know, through to a gym. You know, we attracted Tribal Fitness. You know, we put in showers so that people could cycle to work and then have a shower or whatever before they go to work. You know, we're looking at a range of different uses, as I say, really meet the needs, so that you know, the tenants, when they come to work, they don't have to worry about if they need to have their suit dry cleaned or they need to have their shirts ironed. There's a place that can do that. So yeah, so those kind of things, we're looking at a wide range of uses that we think a property like this, given its scale, should be able to offer its clients. In addition to that though, we do have aspirations, to say, to become a lifestyle destination, and we are looking at how we can reconfigure some of the space we have so that it becomes an attractive place for the likes of casual dining. And we're looking at how we can create an attractive place that people will feel that this is a good place to be, and they can meet their friends, and it's a social hub. And that's the next phase of the work that we've been looking at doing. In addition to that, we also have space also within Harbour Gate, but on the sixth floor, effectively the roof, which has got the potential to be a superb entertainment space. Now we're still at the early stages for that, and you know, we can't, obviously at the end of the day it's about, you know, meeting the needs of the operators, and obviously there, you know, depends on existing demand and supply for that. But we have had an encouraging interest in the place, but we haven't agreed anything yet, so we're working on that. So the gym we have is not a traditional gym with all the machines. It's literally a fitness studio with an instructor, and the class sizes are, you know, up to 12. So it's almost like having a personal trainer. You go in, you know, 45 minutes pass and you've not even thought about it. You know, it goes very fast. I mean, that's the kind of gym I think that everybody should be able to think, I don't want to go to the boring gym. You know, that's not what we want. I mean, it's a bit ironic. We're right in the middle of town. We've got great access. We've got great parking, and yet at the weekend, I don't have enough lifestyle uses here. And I do think that, you know, given the proximity to Bab al Bahrain across the street, and what's happening with the avenues which is going to be completing next year, and city centre just down the road, and then what's happening at Bahrain Bay, this is, you know, this is a great location, yeah. And so it's all about positioning the space so that occupiers and operators can see the potential it has, and that's what we're working on. We started this Art at the Harbour initiative, and literally that was about giving a space in the lobbies, on the ground floor lobbies in each of the towers, for artists to display their art. Now, we are not an art curator business. We don't have any aspirations to be art curators. We literally wanted to have a place, because it's a great space, it's a beautiful space. We wanted to attract artists so that they could show their work, but then do that in a way that it's always changing. So literally every month we have a new artist, we move things around, because we wanted the public to know that there was different art there, that every month there'll be something new, and so there'll always be a reason to come and look and see what kind of art's there. But the idea behind that is literally to give people another reason to come here, and that could be out with business hours. Why not? Well, we've been very lucky. This is a great project, and really I would hope that everybody in Bahrain has an opportunity and chance to come and have a look round, see what is here. I think there was perceptions that this was, you know, purely a financial area, that the only tenants who were here were financial companies, and that's not the case. We have a wide range of tenants, but as I say, we are working on how we can make this place attractive, and as I say, give people a reason to come here that they might not have had before. You know, we have, you know, I understand there's National Day celebrations planned for Bahrain Bay. We are looking at how we can enable the tenants we have to use the building to look and see the fireworks that might go off into Bahrain Bay, you know, over the 16th and 17th, and how we might invite them, or I've asked them to invite their families to come and to look out the window and see what's happening. As I say, it is. So yeah, I would like to say, you know, that, you know, this is a place that all Bahrainis and residents in Bahrain should be proud of. And as I say, we want, you know, this is a project which they should be part of. And it's really, my question to them is, how are they going to play that part? Because we are keen to enable them to do that.